Hi, I'm Kimberly Allison from Starliner Music. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to continue with my series entitled Rhythm Exercises. In these examples we go back and forth from lead to rhythm guitar while focusing on a blues rhythmic phrase. First, I'll perform rhythm exercise in the key of A number 6 and then I'll break it down for you. Here we go. I hope you enjoy it. Let's break down rhythm exercise in the key of A, number 6. In these exercises, we go back and forth between lead guitar and rhythm guitar, and we play a 12-bar blues that I've divided into 6 two-bar phrases. So each of the two-bar phrases will use the exact same rhythm. The rhythm in this exercise is 1 and 2 and triple it, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's the rhythm for the two-bar phrase. Now, within that two-bar phrase, we go from playing lead guitar over the first bar, over 1 and 2 and triple it, 1. We play into the first eighth note of bar 2. And then we pick up with the rhythm guitar pattern, which is known as the Chuck Berry or Jimmy Reed pattern. Normally, that rhythm guitar pattern sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But because we're playing lead guitar over 1 and 2 and triple it, 1, we come in on the rhythm guitar on the and of 1 or after the first eighth note of beat 1. So we'll be entering on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and lead guitar 1 and 2 and triple it, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's the rhythm for our two-bar repeating phrase. As far as the scale we'll be using, we'll be playing out of the minor pentatonic or the blues scale. Those names are sort of used interchangeably, and we're in the key of A, so we'll be playing A minor pentatonic or A blues scale. And we're going to be located around the 7th to 10th fret-ish area. So here's my root A, and here's the octave A. And for those of you who know the cage system, this octave pattern is called the D form or the D pattern. If you don't understand cage, maybe check out a couple of videos on that. I have a few. So this is the D-shaped octave pattern, and the minor pentatonic that fits in this general area of the neck looks like this. So again, I'm going to play the blues scale, which adds the blue note. So that's our A blues scale. Now that we've talked about the rhythm and the scale, let's go on to part 1. One and 2 and triple it, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So beat 1 starts off at the 8th fret on the B string. 1 and here's 2 and 2 and. We're going to use the blue note in the first triplet, second triplet, ending on the root on the downbeat of 1. So many of you know I like to use chord tones to end phrases or even begin phrases. So there's my root, and then after the root on beat 1, we're going to jump into the rhythm guitar pattern 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. One more time. On to part 2. Here's part 2. 1 and 2 and triplet, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're starting off with a slight bend here. And I'm on the minor third of A, that is a C. And we're bending toward a chord tone in the A7th chord. So if you visualize like an A7, here's the third of A7, the third of our chord. That's the note that makes it sound happy. And we're playing the minor third here, which is a very bluesy thing to do, but we're bending it toward that note in the chord. And that's a typical blues inflection. So we're bending that about a quarter step. 1 and 2 and then our triplet is using the blue note. So we have triplet, that's the first triplet, and the next triplet comes down the scale, triplet, and then we're ending on the root A. And at that point we go to the rhythm guitar pattern again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and let's put that together. On to part 3. Here's part 3. One and 2 and triplet, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're going to start off with a bend, and this is a whole step bend, so I'm bending up a whole step at the 10th fret, then coming down, so 1 and 2 and then we have double stops here, and I'm playing the double stops in triplet form, meaning triplet, triplet. Now this is kind of an important double stop related to the chord that we're on here. This is the 4th chord in our 12-bar blues. That means we are playing over a D7th chord. And if you analyze the notes, which are C and A, these are related to the chord as a flatted 7 and the 5th of the D7th chord. So the 7 and the 5 of the chord. So we're playing chord tones there. So it's like a little 2-note part of the chord. And then we're ending our phrase on the note D. This is the root D here, and I'm hammering onto it with a quick hammer on. And then I go to the accompaniment, which is now moved to the 4 chord D. So before we were from the 6th string A here, but now we're going to move toward the floor on D. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's put that together. On to the next phrase. Here's part 4. One and 2 and triplet, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're going to start with that little quarter step bend again. Again, we're bending that same note C, this time it's on the 6th string, toward the major third of our chord A. So I'm starting on an implied chord tone. It's the 3rd of A. So I'm bending that. Just a shallow quarter step pull down. And then I'm coming around with my pinky here, and I'm playing. So 1 and 2 and then I'm going to do triplets coming up the scale. So triplet, triplet, 1, and I'm ending on the root. So that's A. And then I come back to my A comping. Now we've returned back to the 1 chord A7 here. So we're back from the 6th string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. put that together. On to part 5. Here's part 5. One and two and triple it, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now we start off with a bend again. That's a whole step. And I'm bending to the note E. I'm actually on the E chord here, so that makes sense. I'm starting on the root of the chord. So 1 and 2 and. Now I have triplets. And I'm using the blue note here. Triplet, triplet, 1. And I end up here on the note D. Now, this D is part of an E7th chord. Here's an E7, and there's the D in the E7. So that D is a chord tone, so I'm ending up my lead guitar phrase on a chord tone, and as you know, I like to do that. So we're starting on the root E. And we're ending on the note D, which is the 7, so we're bookended by chord tones here in the lead guitar part. Now we're going to jump to the rhythm guitar, and we have to move over to the 7th fret from the 5th string to play the rhythm guitar pattern, because now we're on E. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's put that together. On to the last phrase. Here's part 6. One and two and triplet, triplet, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're starting on the 2nd string. So we have 1 and 2 and then we have a bend release, triplet, and another of the same triplet, triplet, and we end on the root A, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's put that together. That's it for rhythm exercise in the key of A number 6. I'm Kimberly Allison from Starliner Music, and I hope to see you back on my channel soon.